Hey everybody, welcome back to another reaction stream. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. I am back. It's been 11 days since the last video was uploaded, which honestly is probably the longest I've gone without uploading in a long time. So if you look at the stats, I've been posting videos for probably about 3 years. At this point, I think I just crossed my 3-year anniversary and I'm over 1,000 video uploads, which is unbelievable. What's going on, Luke? 10:30. Dang. Sorry to hear about your leg. That's not good. Hopefully that heals up fast. Good grief. Yeah, it's been a long week. If you're unfamiliar or you didn't read the community post or you're not in the Discord, which by the way, join now. It's free, it's public, and we're all just kind of in there building this community one by one. But yeah, I just did a road trip. I actually helped move my girlfriend to my place, which is now our place. And it was about a 1,200-mile drive. If you're outside of the U.S., that's about 1,900 kilometers that I drove. And I did so in the span of about 2 days. So I am exhausted. I got back 3 days ago, and I'm still feeling it. By the time midnight rolls around, I am just done, which is odd because I'm a night owl usually. But yeah, I couldn't wake up this morning for the life of me. A bit hungover as well, which didn't help. But that's why this stream is so late today. It's going to be uploaded to YouTube after it is done, live on Twitch. Should take, usually takes about an hour to upload, honestly. Process and all that stuff, because it is long. It's quite long, and it's 1080p, I want to say. Something like that. But yeah, did a lot of cool things. Drove over the Mississippi River, if you're familiar at all with U.S., what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Geography? Whatever. It is a huge river, and it was a huge bridge to get over it. But it was very cool looking. Lots of huge ships, and I don't even know what barges, I think is the word. But it was very interesting. I'm not great at heights, but I don't know. I feel as long as I'm on the road and I'm able to steer, I'm totally fine. But it was a little nerve-wracking, that one, because it was pretty high, because you have all those big ships going under it, so they got to make it really high. So yeah, moving to another state, I've done it many times myself. None of them have been close moves. They've all been at least 1,000 miles, or at least 1,000 kilometers. So it is just, or actually, what's the math on that? It's probably more like, I don't know, 1,200 kilometers at least for every move. So it's very interesting. I highly recommend it if you have not moved out of your hometown or at all. Highly recommend it. If you're doing it alone, it's a great independence thing. You're going to do a lot of stuff alone. It's good to, push yourself to do these kinds of things, and I swear by it. You will be a totally different person, much more in control of your life and everything. It is great. And if you're moving with someone else, that makes the whole experience much easier, because you have somebody to lean on when you're, feeling a little bummed. I gotta say, when my parents drove away the first time I moved, I was bawling my eyes out. It was not easy, but you do get used to it, and you start to really flourish as you're on your own. Got some great videos today. My Hero Academia, Yuri on Ice. 3 will be free. Is that what it's called? 3 will be free. It's an interesting title. And 2 Jeff Satur, not exactly sure how to pronounce it, music videos, which will be very good. I'm assuming very good. Just running through it really quick. It's been a while. Boy, I am rusty at this. If you're looking to request your own videos, go ahead and join on toddreacts.com. You can do so. The two that allow you requests are the season and the series, as you see here. If you're looking for just watching the longer form content, you don't really want to request anything, join the episode tier. It's like a monthly movie ticket, if you will. So that way you can watch everything that's being requested in the back paywall, but you don't have to put forth your own requests. Go ahead and subscribe to the Todd Reacts YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe. I looked at the stats. Oh, I wanted to pull that up. I looked at the stats, but it was something like in the month of April, 74% of views or viewers to the Todd Reacts channel were not subscribed. So go ahead and join. It's free. And it's really cool because once you have a YouTube account, you can hit subscribe and you get all your subscriptions in a feed. So you never miss any videos, which is nice. If you have favorite content creators or channels, something like that, it really makes it easier than just relying on the homepage and the algorithm. So go ahead and hit subscribe. And also, I launched a Todd Reacts Plays YouTube channel, as well as via twitch.tv/Todd Reacts, where I play video games. And it is all in the realm of this YouTube channel, Todd Reacts. Very similarly, you all will select which games I play next. So I've had a poll via the Discord, as well as the Todd Reacts channel, which they will now be on Todd Reacts Plays, the polls. You will see games to select, and whoever wins will be the game I play. Now, thrown in throughout that, as you see before you, is a Fortnite stream that lasted over 3.5 hours. I do love Fortnite, so you will see it randomly in between all this stuff. But right now, I just posted the upcoming live stream of this Saturday of Life is Strange Chapter 3. Looking forward to it. It's been a minute. Obviously, Chapter 2 was interesting. If you haven't seen it, Chapter 2 was very... there was a very tedious part that kind of drove me nuts, but the rest of it was good. Very interesting game. I've never played anything quite like it, and it has been fascinating. And I'm looking forward to continuing on. This was chosen by the viewers, like you, so I am playing it. Also, the winter collection of merch is ending in 18 days and 6 hours, as you see at the top there. So go ahead and pick yourself up something nice. Ships worldwide. And looking forward to the... Hey, what's going on? What is going on, Ellie? I wasn't upset when I moved to uni, but when my mom drove off, I was like, what the hell do I do now? Yeah, exactly. I was in a place that I didn't know, surrounded by people I didn't know. Yeah, it's scary. It is so scary when you move and you're on your own, but it just makes you, I don't know, mature faster or something. I don't know. Makes you independent, makes you more confident in yourself because you're like, oh, I've done this before. You know, I've done these contracts and signed up for a car or maybe an apartment or a house or whatever. You're doing all these things for the first time, and it's really fantastic. You grow as a person so much, and it definitely stings for a while. Like a couple weeks there, I was dying. I was just like, what do I do? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not an adult. Meanwhile, I was definitely an adult, but I just hadn't done a lot of those things, and it was interesting. Got more comfortable on the phone, got more comfortable going to places and, you know, signing up for things, and car dealership, the automobile dealership. That was, I don't know if you've done that before, but the bargaining process there is just, that'll put some years on you. And it's fun because you're, you know, it's almost like you're LARPing as an adult, but you're actually becoming an adult. So go ahead and check out the winter collection. Summer collection will be coming around. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into some videos. Gosh, it has been so long since I've done this. I'm rusty as heck. All right, what's the first video? The first video is, I believe it's My Hero Academia. Yes, it is. TikTok compilation, TikTok edits number 3. So apparently it is a series of compilations. Let's go ahead and dive in. Wow. There we go. Let's get rid of that screen back there. I do love when they put the creator's watermark or whatever. I don't know what that song was, but that was crazy. Baby, I'll let you wanna get crazy, crazy. Shorty, take it slow, then chitty, chitty. Yo te doy lo que tú quieras, bailame en el tubo. Suave. Tall and super strong, we always get along. Tell me why am I emotional when I knew it from the start? The process of doing animation would be so difficult. I'm just thinking about all the effort it takes to go frame by frame. Obviously, there's computer programs that help tremendously nowadays, but way back in like Disney in the 50s, just going frame by frame and taking a photograph of each would just be brutal. Yeah, and the ones I keep them in, but I've had some creators comment and then I credit them in some of my descriptions. Yeah, that's awesome. I always love that when the editors of the videos that I react to comment below, and it's fascinating. I love it. I always try to pin the comments. Obviously, if there's multiple creators commenting below, I can't pin them all, but I always do try to pin it just to add to the crediting. And as always, links for every video I react to in the description. You should see me in a crowd. I'm gonna run, there's nothing to That was a creepy face. Oh my gosh. I like the art direction here. Obviously that has a filter on it, but I'm talking about just the normal art direction. My favorite thing when making these is that the songs are always so fit. Right. Some are better than others, I would say. But the vibe is usually correct. Even the thirst traps. Action scenes are just incredible. I may have a few thirst traps here and there. You know what? Hey, I get it. I get it. Do with that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That was an interesting one. I've literally I've heard the title of this show. I've never actually heard anything about it. So as always, we're going to react and watch these, and then we look into a bit more information so we can all learn. Shout out to Luke and Jace for finding the links to these videos. The informational links.
Sun on my skin. This is love. I know it is.
I gotta say, the explosions are probably my favorite part of these.
I really like your body. I really like your body. I really wanna get naughty. I think you're such a hottie. Slow dancing in the party.
It's all about the side eye.
The other way, I don't wanna know, so I'ma let it fade. Baby, I got issues, but I love myself.
It's an incredible cover. It's the first time I heard that.
Could be the beauty and I could be the monster.
There's been so many thirst traps in this one, but the animation looks good. Yeah, right. I get it. Personally, I don't get it, but I understand why. I wanted to clarify that. Hentai is a thing. It is a thing. Obviously, fan fiction as well. I was not expecting classical. Bit of opera. That beat drop did go hard. That was incredible. I would count that as a thirst trap, for sure. All I'm going to say about this is I really hope the editors were in high school themselves, because aren't these characters supposed to be in high school? Pretty sure, right? That did say age 16. I think what's really impressive to me is the fact that University college students maybe too, yeah. I think what's really impressive to me is just how different all the characters look. Like, the originality of each character is impressive. I don't think I've seen two characters that look the same or similar. Everyone looks unique. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's almost like they were drawn by a different person.
Really just give me you can't be my sneaking link, but you my weakest link. That boy, that dick is weak. So what the fuck you think?
Dead. I'm dead. That one, oh my god.
Yo te doy lo que tú quieras, bailame en el tubo suave. Yo te doy lo que tú quieras, bailame en el tubo suave. Yo te doy lo que tú quieras.
Maybe had a team behind them, I assume. Yeah, for sure. I think that's really impressive to be able to come up with an original idea or take on characters after so many characters have been used and drawn. Just to have that originality is impressive. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Hopefully the individual creators were also linked to their TikTok or whatever, but I'm happy to see the watermarks on all those, which is awesome. Just always good to support the people that create the original content. We got to find out more about this show. This manga, this show. I have no idea what it's about. Obviously, there's some high schoolers in it, so I'm assuming it's around some sort of school age. I don't know if it's battling like enemies. I don't know if it's just daily life. Like, we got to figure this out. So let's go ahead and bring this up. My Hero Academia is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by one person. What? It's been serialized in magazines since 2014 with its chapters collected in 40 volumes. Oh my gosh. Set in a world where superpowers called quirks have become commonplace, the story follows Izuku, a boy who was born without a quirk but still dreams of becoming a superhero himself. He is scouted by the world's greatest hero, All Might, who bestows his quirk to Midoriya after recognizing his potential and helps to enroll him in a prestigious high school for superheroes in training. Spawned a media franchise, having inspired numerous spin-off mangas. The series has expanded into light novels, stage plays, and various types of merchandise and media, including numerous video games. Adapted into a television series. First season aired in Japan, 2016. Wow. 3 animated films, 9 original video animations. Wow. 4th animated film, set to be released in August 2024. All right, there you go, this year. Has become a commercial success, appearing in the New York Times bestseller list several times. By April 2024, the manga had over 100 million copies in circulation, including sales of spin-offs, making it one of the best-selling series of all time. Critical reception has also been positive, and reviewers praising it for its art, characters. All right, we kind of touched on those. Storytelling, action scenes. Yeah, the action scenes were incredible. And the use of pop culture references to Western superhero comics. The anime series has received additional praise for its animation, music, pacing, action sequences, and voice performances in both Japanese and English. Won several awards. Wow. Unbelievable. Having over 100 million copies in circulation is unbelievably good. Set in a world where about 80% of the human population has gained superpowers called quirks. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine that nightmare? 80% of the population? I don't know about that. The idea of that is terrifying, honestly. Maybe it would offset, the decent people from the not so decent people, but I don't know. That seems like a lot of power to put into way too many people's hands. Quirks can vary wildly and can be inherited. Among the quirk-enhanced individuals, a few of them earn the title of heroes, who cooperate with authorities in rescue operations and apprehending criminals. Okay. Who abuse their quirks, which is definitely going to happen, commonly known as villains. In addition, heroes who excel on their duties gain celebrity status and are recognized as pro-heroes. Heroes are ranked in popularity, with higher-ranking heroes receiving public appeal, although it is not uncommon for rookie heroes to gain popularity as well. Initially, the people who volunteered to do their heroic duties without permission were recognized as vigilantes. Students who have acted as vigilantes are not allowed to work as heroes due to quirk restriction laws managed by the Hero Public Safety Commission. While the act of vigilantism is inherently illegal, vigilantes themselves represent a gray area. Interesting. Some vigilantes wear costumes, but since they do not have access to support companies like heroes do, they are made out of regular clothes and everyday items. I don't know if you've ever seen this documentary. Oh gosh, what is it called? It's called like Real Life Superheroes or something. And it follows people, normal people, not superheroes, who dress up as superheroes and like patrol the streets at night and like help people across the street or walk people to their car or home. And they're decked out in like body armor and mask, and some have capes, some have like rudimentary weapons. Like, it is unbelievable. I think it was a documentary or like a movie or something. I don't remember exactly what it was or where it aired, but it was something interesting. I'll say that. It was very interesting. All I kept thinking was, this is really dangerous to like put yourself in harm's way like that. But it's very interesting. I highly recommend checking it out. Let me see if I can figure out what it was called. Let's see. I think it's Real Life Superheroes. HBO's documentary. Okay, so it was HBO on Real Life Superheroes. Yeah, there's one guy in like Orlando, Florida. It's just entitled Superheroes. It was on HBO. It's a documentary. Dives into the motivations of these people who feel compelled to take the law into their own hands. It features interviews with many of the so-called superheroes, as well as other commentators who give their take on the subject, including Marvel's own Stan Lee. It really looks like it'll be quite an amazing documentary. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, assisting in community service needs. So it's not all like super dangerous, but sometimes it is dangerous when they're like patrolling at night. But helping the homeless, which was really cool. Actually combating crime, either by alerting the proper authorities or fighting criminals on their own. Like, that part is really not smart. But the rest of it's good. Like, they were helping out the homeless and whatnot. It's super cool. Dangerous but brave, and I respect those people for being good and humble and helps restore my faith in humanity. It does. Yes, vigilantes indeed. The fighting criminals themselves might not be the best idea. I get it. Their heart's in the right place. But the rest of it's great. The rest of it's fantastic. Two types of internships that offer the opportunity to become a hero, a pro hero. First type is the hero agency internships, in which the pro heroes can send a request to students whom wish to work under them. Such as in the aftermath of the sports festival. It involves a student shadowing a pro hero, listening to their advice, watching them in action for a week, Since the students are unlicensed, they cannot legally work as heroes. Second type is the hero work study, where after a student requires a hero license after passing the provisional exam, they are treated as real sidekicks, which allows them to participate in relief efforts during emergency situations. This also allows them to gain experience and can help them get noticed by other pro heroes who might hire them. Boy, this is really, this is really like very tied to reality there. Oh my gosh. Is it paid internships? That's all I'm going to ask. Is it paid internships? I can just imagine someone dressed as Batman fighting someone after they littered. Well, there is one of them dressed up kind of like Batman. That part I do remember. But he wasn't... It was kind of sad because he was definitely an alcoholic and admitted to it. But he was doing good things. He was taking meals to homeless people and everything. Like, it was super awesome. But yeah, you could tell he was struggling quite a bit. But yeah, fighting someone on their own, not the greatest idea. Izuku is a young man who dreams of becoming a hero despite being bullied by his childhood friend, Katsuki, for lacking a quirk. When 80% of the population has it and you don't, chances are you're, especially in school, going to deal with some nonsense. After an encounter with his idol All Might, who is the world's greatest hero, Izuku is chosen by All Might to inherit his quirk One for All, which gives him the ability to stockpile his raw power and pass it on to others, and become his successor, as All Might was severely injured by his arch nemesis All for One, whose quirk allows him to steal other quirks for his use and pass them over to others at his will. Izuku begins attending the UA High School for Heroes alongside Bakugo. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. Over the course of the school year, Izuku and his classmates work hard to improve themselves and encounter the League of Villains, led by All for One's apprentice, Tamura, who desires to kill All Might and destroy society through the use of monsters with multiple powers known as Nomu. Due to the information that the League of Villains possesses about the inner workings of the UA, the faculty begin to suspect there may be a traitor at the school. All right, so it is based around the school, but also Izuku gaining a power and also working under interning for the greatest hero, pro hero. It's such a reality, though. A lot of people who do good things are the ones who suffer, but they would rather save someone else, even if they can't save. Yeah, absolutely. Sad, definitely beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is too bad, for sure. But the fact that they're able to help others as they're struggling themselves, I mean, that's incredible. Hats off to anybody that can do that. Because society needs a lot of it. Certainly not people with more issues, but certainly people to look after each other. All right, let's see. We do have a list of characters here. I don't know how much I'm going to go into this because it is a lot. Like, this is all the characters in everything, which is just unbelievable. Yeah, it is so many people. It sounds like a really interesting concept. I do enjoy the fact that it's very much like a coming of age, I guess you could say, where you're dealing with your quirks, you're trying to get an internship or a work study or whatever. Very much like real life. You know, everybody's coming out of school hoping they can get something, a job, an internship, whatever. My first gig, I guess you could call it, was an internship, an unpaid internship. Was very interesting, learned a lot. But unfortunately, I didn't exactly go into that field, so I don't know exactly how much well, you know what? It kind of gave me the first-hand look of corporate life, which was interesting. I got to, be on a schedule, try to impress people, which literally all work is just trying to impress your superiors. Unless you're an entrepreneur and then you just work hard for yourself. But yeah, I got into that corporate sphere. It was very interesting. It was very entertaining. It was a small business where every Friday they would stop working an hour before, so right around like 4:00 p.m. And they would just start having like a social cocktail at work. It was very interesting. You can only get away with this in small businesses, obviously. But at 4:00 every Friday, they'd, crack a few beers, and the sales lady, I forget her name, the saleswoman would come out of her office with like a bottle of booze. Like it was incredible. I had never seen anything like that. And honestly, I don't think I've seen anything like that since. So you got to be a really small company to have that kind of work environment. That's why I make these types of videos. I've gone through so much trauma, and these shows help me now. So I put together these moments that inspired others, like the OG creators, so I can inspire others as well. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Yeah, absolutely. I try to read and respond to as many comments as humanly possible. Obviously, on some videos, that can get pretty intense. But yeah, it's fascinating. Just how impactful these shows, content, whatever you want to call it, can be. And the fact that the fan base is so passionate about the characters, the setting, the plot, the show itself, and to create these sometimes super long edits is just really impressive. And honestly, it's probably, especially some of those TikToks, it's probably way better PR and advertising than the showrunners try to do themselves. What's up, Will? No, I missed it. You can go back and watch it. It'll be uploaded to YouTube, I promise. Let's go ahead and jump into the next video. It is Just Like Fire, Yuri Plazetsky, I think is how it's pronounced. Plazetsky? Boy, I am struggling with names today. I think I nailed that one a little bit. We'll see. Let me know down below in the comments.
I know that I'm running out of time. I want it all. And I'm wishing they stop trying to turn me off. I want it all. And I'm walking on a
Figure skating? Whoa.
Feels like I'm surrounded by clowns and liars. Even when I give it all away, I want it all. We came here to run, run, run. We came here to run, run. Just like fire, burning up the way. Rocking like the world up for just
Not me
one
jamming to
day.
the song.
Watch this madness, colorful charade. No one can be just like me anyway. Just like magic, I'll be flying free. I'ma disappear when they come for me. I kick that ceiling, what you gonna say?
I don't think I've ever seen a figure skating anime. Then again, I haven't been exposed to a lot of anime, but it is interesting.
See, I would rather we just go a different way than play the game.
Yeah, the animations are very good.
The weather, we can do it better. You and me together forever and ever. We don't have to worry about a thing.
What's really fascinating to me is the distance shots. Just getting that depth. Makes a 2D look very 3D.
Just like fire, burning up the way. Rocking like the world up for just one day.
You're on ice was phenomenal. Honestly, it's looking interesting. I don't know what the story's about, obviously, but we will find out soon. Attention to detail, yeah, absolutely. The hair movement is pretty impressive. I think that was a Russian flag.
Just one day, watch this madness, colorful charade. No one can be just like me anyway.
Yeah, it does, for sure. Wow, the ice is stunning. I gotta think drawing the water has just gotta be really tricky. Even frozen water. Excellent edit. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw out some much deserved love. Wow. That was shockingly nice. It's mainly about another Yuri with Victor. There's two Yuris, the figure skaters fighting for the gold medal and a love story at the side. Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen, I don't think I've ever seen anything related to sports in an anime, which is just, well, I guess you could count Pokemon. That's a sport, right? But the training and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think I've seen anything based on like a real sport. I'm not much of a figure skating fan. But if it's that good, the story's that good, I'm sure I could get into it. I do watch the Olympics every once in a while, so I do catch some of it, just not a ton of it. Dancing on Ice, Dancing with the Stars, if it was anime, right, right. I've only seen a couple episodes of Dancing with the Stars. It's very interesting. Maybe not because of that. I don't know. We'll have to try to figure that out. Yuri on Ice, stylized as Yuri with 3 exclamation points, is a Japanese sports anime television series about figure skating. Figure skating was choreographed. Wow. Who also performed routines himself, which were recorded and used as skating sound effects. So you know those sound effects were just perfect. Just perfect. Total of 12 episodes. Yuri on Ice feature film Ice Adolescence was originally planned for release in 2019, but has since been canceled as of April 2024. Revolves around the relationships between Japanese figure skater Yuri, his idol, Russian figure skating champion Victor, and an up-and-coming Russian skater Yuri. 2 Yuris, as Will said. Take part in the figure skating Grand Prix, with Victor acting as a coach to Yuri K. Has been well received in Japan and won 3 awards at the Tokyo Anime Award Festival. Wow. Top 25 anime of the 2010s. It also attracted praise from professional figure skaters, with some skaters in 2018 Winter Olympics performing to music from the show. That's really cool. All that stunning work. Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if it's that popular, the movie definitely should have come out. raised discussion concerning its depiction of a same-sex relationship between its protagonists, with some critics praising its depiction of anxiety, its covering of homosexuality in a way that differs from most anime and manga, and for dealing with homosexuality in a country and sport that has present-day issues with homophobia. Others criticize its depiction for being unrealistic and of visual censorship that arguably makes it ambiguous to some viewers. Well, I kind of get that, because they're trying to wiggle around certain censorship, probably, or, just trying to get it to more people. So maybe they have to, like, really cut it close with ambiguity. That sucks, but that is what it is, I suppose. After a crushing defeat in the Grand Prix final and other competition losses, 23-year-old Japanese figure skater Yuri K develops mixed feelings about skating and puts his career on hold. Yeah, that would definitely bum me out. He returns to his hometown after 5 years abroad. Yuri visits his childhood friend, Yuko, at an ice rink and perfectly mimics an advanced skating routine performed by his idol, Victor. When secretly recorded footage of Yuri's performance is uploaded to the internet, it catches Victor's attention, and he travels to Kyushu with an offer to coach Yuri and revive his figure skating career. It is later revealed that Victor was already familiar with Yuri, having met him before at a banquet where Yuri got drunk and asked Victor to be his coach. Well, there you go. Hey, a little liquid courage, After learning about Victor's career decision, Yuri P., a rising 15-year-old Russian prodigy skater, travels to make Victor keep a promise made prior to the beginning of the series. Victor had promised he would choreograph a routine specifically for Yuri P. if he won the Junior World Championships. Victor, having forgotten about his promise, makes the two Yuris compete against each other to decide who he will coach. Wow. He chooses two pieces for the skaters, both with the same melody but with a different meaning. The first piece, Agape, about unconditional love, is given to Yuri P. Second piece, Eros, about sexual love, is given to Yuri K. Yuri K's performance wins, and Victor becomes Yuri K's coach. Yuri P. returns to Russia, and both Yuris vow to win the Grand Prix championship. That is a fascinating concept. I like that. Pitting the two against each other, and the winner gets the coach. And Yuri P. is just going to be like, all right, I'm taking that Grand Prix. I'll show you, very much. That kind of attitude. They both qualify to represent their countries in the Grand Prix series, and then later qualify for the final in Barcelona. Over the course of the Grand Prix, Yuri K and Victor become increasingly infatuated with each other, eventually leading to the two of them kissing in public. Whoa! Yuri K buys them both gold rings in Barcelona, which leads to remarks by Victor about them being engaged. On the eve of the final, Yuri K plans to quit skating so that Victor can return to the sport and tells Victor of his decision, but Victor tearfully rejects the idea, and they agree to choose their paths after the tournament has finished. The tournament ends with Yuri P winning the gold medal and Yuri K winning silver. Oh, that's a redemption story right there. I love that. On-screen kiss. It broke the internet for a while. I'm sure it did. As a result, Yuri K decides to continue skating and moves to St. Petersburg so they can continue to stay with Victor and train alongside Yuri P. Good for Yuri P on that. He might have lost the coach and everything, but dang if he didn't win the Grand Prix. That's awesome. I like that the choreography was actually by a figure skater, so it's legit. That is impressive. Yuri on Ice, everything you're too embarrassed to ask. 12-episode sports anime directed by Lupin III, the woman called Fujiko Mines Sayo Yamamoto. intimate look into the lives of international figure skaters, which honestly, I have no experience with international figure skaters at all, other than the Olympics every once in a while. Its finale airs today. What's it about? Okay, we kind of went over that, so I don't need to read that. Okay, so the guy the show is named after is the star. What about everyone else? So I briefly mentioned Victor already, but let's talk about him a little more. He's a Russian figure skater, widely regarded as the top skater in the world. He thrives on thrilling his audience, but after winning yet another competition, worries that he can no longer surprise his fans. He's lost his inspiration. And then he sees Yuri's video. All right, a figure skater triangle. So why should I watch this? I'm so glad you asked. Let's start with a few questions. Do you like sports? I like sports. Do you like drama? I do. I do like drama. How about romance? I'm a sucker for romance. What about intriguing characters? Beautiful animation? I mean, of course. If you answered yes to any of the above, Yuri on the Ice deserves a shot. No, it's Yuri on Ice. Wait, why? It's amazing they didn't catch that. Yuri on Ice is about competitive figure skating, so it has a heavy focus on strength, competition, and the pleasure of winning. Which, I mean, sports movies, if you've seen any, just have that built-in underdog story. And they're just so good. Cool Runnings is a great one. Rudy's a great one. Miracle is a great movie. Let's see what else. Air Bud. I'm kidding. I've not seen Air Bud. But it is a sports movie. Show also offers a softer side to competition. These characters share a fragile camaraderie with each other. They cheer for each other. They gasp in shock when someone falls. And because so much of skating is focused on beauty and performance, their sincere reactions offer a break from the hyper-macho persona that contact sports are typically associated with. Each skater is a sort of dancer, one whose strength stems from the ability to land moves that look like they belong in a ballet studio. If I wanted sports and competition, I'd buy Madden every year. What about smooching? If you're buying Madden every year, you're not getting the full breadth of the advancement in technology. Like the last Madden I owned was probably 2015. So if I were to buy one now, I'd be like, whoa, look at this. But if you're buying it every year, you're not going to be as wowed with those. Very much like Call of Duty. You know, the last one I played was probably World War II. But if I were to pick up the most recent one today, I'd probably be like, whoa, this is totally different. It's amazing. In case you're still not feeling any of that, believe me, when I say Yuri on Ice is worth watching for its skating sequences alone. Is there anything that makes Yuri specifically special? Why should I root for this guy? He sounds pretty average. He really is, and that's what makes him so unique. Yuri is a mediocre skater at best, painfully average when stacked against his competitors, but he excels through his drive and determination. He fights for every inch he gains. See, that is that beautiful sports underdog. That is wonderful. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. Funimation has the dubbed version. Oh, gosh. I am so bad with subtitles. I'm so bad. A couple videos coming up are going to have subtitles. But the dubbed, though. The dubbed is just... I watched Squid Games dubbed just because I didn't want to read the subtitles. I don't know. Very lazy when it comes to consuming content. But I had to stop. I had to switch to subtitles because the dubbed version was just not great. That's what I'll say. It was not great. Yuri's a competitive skater. Tritagonist. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Second Russian character introduced. 5'4". He's He's a short king, is who he is. He is a short king. All right, skills, jumps. Is shown to have an amazing amount of jumping ability from a very young age. As a junior, he landed a quadruple Sol Chow during a local competition. I do not know the names of, of figure skating moves at all. I know triple axel. That's about it. Despite being scolded by his coach frequently about it being too early for him to start such difficult jumps. Spins, his signature as a junior was his combination spins. He can hold spirals and spins in a half Bielman position. I have no idea what that is, which is a rarity in men's singles due to the flexibility that it requires. So he's super flexible. He can jump super high, which is difficult. I don't know if you've ever tried to jump in skates, but it is difficult. I've been ice skating a few times, not figure skating. There's no way I would fall instantly, but I've ice skated quite a bit when I was younger. And trying to jump on skates is just so difficult. Yuri is shown to have been practicing ballet as part of his cross-training regimen for at least as early as 10 years old. That makes sense that you would practice ballet. Just to kind of work on your legs, because you got to have very strong legs to do anything on ice. He takes it up again more seriously when Lilia is invited by Yakov to train the skater for the Grand Prix series. Yuri initially looked up to Victor as a skater and idolized him since he was very young. Due to how much time they spent together, Yuri knows Victor quite well and becomes annoyed at some of Victor's more negative traits, such as how forgetful he can be. Despite this, Yuri felt certain that he could not win the Grand Prix without Victor's help. As the series progresses, Yuri's perception of Victor changes. He no longer looks up to Victor as much as he used to, disappointed that Victor had left competitive skating to coach. Some dubs are good and some are just weird. Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to think back. Power Rangers was very odd dubbed. Oh gosh. Sometimes you follow their mouth movement, and because it's not lining up, it just kind of takes you out of it. But like I said, I'm very lazy when it comes to consuming content. So I'm just like, you know what? Give me that dub version. It can look awful. It takes me completely out of it. Because I'm just watching their mouth move and it's not matching up at all. And I just focus on that. But it's so much easier for me. Let's go ahead and jump into an ad. I will be right back. All right, the next video is 3 will be free. Now, this does have closed captioning on it, so I am going to pull it from a browser. Usually what happens is I download these videos separately, but if I need closed captioning, I obviously can't download those. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's see, switch that over here, and we should be good to go.
กูไม่อยากให้มึงโดนเหมือนแม่มึงนะ
แม่เขาไม่ได้ตายเพราะยิงปืนไม่เป็นเขาตายเพราะป้าสร้างเรื่องไปทั่วมากกว่า
I'm calling a guy like you should wear.
Your child needs these 3
come
key
on,
factors to get into an Ivy League or top 25 university.
Warning, it's dangerous. I'm falling.
I think we had a bit of an echo there.
I can't wait to need it. Baby, give me it. You're dangerous. I'm loving it.
วก่อนไปโดนพ่อเลี้ยงข่มขืน
ปล่อยก็เลยดูถูกแบบนี้ชอบเหรอ
มึงไว้ใจกูได้ไหม
เราไม่รู้ว่าพ่อเราเป็นคนสั่งฆ่าแม่เรา
Oh,
นิว
whoa.
รู้ใช่ป่ะว่าเราเป็นเกย์รู้ดิวะทำไมอ่ะ
Put a hit out on his
รู้แก
เราจะชอบใครหรือว่ารู้สึกดีกับใครสักคนกันนะเพราะว่าไม่สำคัญหรอกเว้ยว่าเป็นผู้หญิงผู้ชาย
ads without no sponsor. I should have seen that coming.
มึงคิดว่ากูเป็นตัวเงินตัวทองมึงเหรอ
This is brutal.
ทำไมกูต้องเลือกเลยวะ
Title of this, by the way, is It's Dangerous. I'm Loving It. Checks out.
ไม่ตายนะ
ถามหาชื่อ
มึงจะเอาตัวไอ้ชิ้นนี้ทำไมวะ
Yeah, it's definitely a roller coaster.
ต้องกลับไปช่วยเพื่อนหนูจริงๆรู้ป่ะเดี๋ยวนี้เขาต้องมีฮีโร่ผู้หญิงด้วย
เป็นที่อะไรเราก็ต้องไปด้วยกันถ้าเรารอด
Oh, whoa.
เราก็ต้องรอดด้วยกัน
Well, that explains the three.
ให้ผู้หญิงกูช่วยตลอดเลยนะ
Whoa. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Holy crap. That was intense. Oh my gosh. Mom putting a hit out on dad. Just the overall brutality in some of that. I was not expecting that at all, actually. Let's go ahead and I got to figure out more. I need more. Oh my gosh. 3 will be free. Neo is a stripper who is running away from the loan shark Thana and his gang after having an affair with Thana's wife, Vanica. One day, the criminals find him in the bar where he works, and attempting to escape, he ends up bumping into 2 people who will change his life. Shin, a gay boy, the son of Thana, who is frustrated at being rejected by a friend, and Mew, the manager of a go-go bar who is running away from her past. It's funny how they're all kind of in the same area of work. Accidentally, they end up killing one of the gang members who was chasing Neo. Accidentally? How does that happen? What? Accidentally, we all killed somebody. Which makes them enemies of the gang, obviously. Now all 3 need to find a solution to escape from this situation together, while at the same time managing the physical and sentimental attraction that arises between them. Ooh. Ooh. From what an interesting storyline that is. Unbelievable. It's got a 7.9 out of 10 from 8,000 votes. That is pretty dang good. Thai television series starring Mile, Joss, and Tay. GMM TV, who also put out Bad Buddy, that I've been reacting to. Check it out, toddreacts.com. Bisexual male stripper prostitute begins an affair with a famous actress and the second wife of Shyy, a real estate mogul and mob kingpin. All right, this is giving a little bit more context here. Fawn and Tur, the 2 hitmen working for Thana, are tasked to kill Neo and punish Vanica, obviously. Upon finding the pair, Ter tries to shoot Neo, but accidentally shoots and kills Vanica instead. Oh. Neo pulled some of that Matrix stuff, just dodging bullets. Neo runs to the strip club where he works. That's an interesting... That's an interesting idea. You go to your place of work after somebody tried to murder you. Neo runs to the strip club where he works and is followed by Fawn. Earlier, Shin, Donna's only son, appears, who happens to be a reluctant heir to his father's mob empire, comes to the same bar with his friends and meets Mew, a hostess at the bar. Shin's friends pay Mew to sleep with Shin. Whoa. Unbeknownst to them, Shin is gay and doesn't actually sleep with her, right? Afterwards, Shin and Mew both return to the bar. In the bathroom, Shin runs into Neo, who is hiding from Fawn and who has apparently met Shin before. This is revealed later. Fawn discovers them, but is stopped by Mew, who accidentally shoots and kills Fawn. Oh my gosh. Neo's just continually doing that bullet time. Neo, Mew, and Shin escape together and begin a harrowing journey that takes them from a seedy Bangkok motel to the jungle and to the ocean. All right, these settings sound amazing. And to the ocean as they try to evade those who are trying to murder them, basically. Fawn's death devastates not only Tur, but Fawn's lover, May. Transgender female waitress who has long wanted Fawn to leave the life of a gangster. May and Tur vow to take revenge on Fawn's killers and follow the trio to the jungle, where they're hiding out with the assistance of Leo, Neo's brother. Neo and Leo. The trio also seeks refuge in Mew's hometown and receives help from her ex-boyfriend, while simultaneously dealing with Boss John, a mob leader in direct conflict with Donna, and the brother of Mew's stepfather. Boy, there's a lot of familial connections as when I'm reading into this. As their survival adventure continues, the trio develops strong feelings of friendship and loyalty towards each other, aka trauma bonding like crazy. With Neo, Mew, and Shin finding themselves in a romantic relationship. By the end of the series, all three must face the repercussions of their actions and the actions of others. Boy, what a concept. A lot of family ties. Obviously, it's very much an on-the-run premise where you're just trying to stay hidden, basically. But then again, are you going to be able to stay hidden forever? Probably not. So the good news is Mew looks like she can murder people. So you have that going for you. Not sure how they all just happened to fall in love together. That is interesting. That is very interesting. What changed it from loyalty and hanging out together and keeping it, keeping a close tie to everyone that you're running with? And what changed that into like a relationship? That is interesting. And who started what first? That's also very interesting. Only 10 episodes, but they are 50 minutes each, which is good. But yeah, that's short-lived for sure. But obviously I've seen Bad Buddy, or most of Bad Buddy, and GMM TV puts together great shows, content. I'm expecting a couple things. Number one, random sound effects where you're just like, what is happening? Because that apparently is a Thai thing to do on TV series. I'm not exactly sure if it's in this, but it happens. I've definitely seen it. The writing is probably very good. I don't know about the action. The action looked pretty good as well. Yeah, what an interesting concept. I think it was one of the first, what I was reading in some of the comments is that it was one of the first like poly shows. This person gave it an 8.5. I'm not going to spoil this by giving away too much about the story. I will say it's a very, very good series. Story does get a bit convoluted at times. That kind of seemed like it. As I was reading it, and it's just like stepson, brother, cousin, nephews, uncles, great-grandfather, and you're just like, what? But there's enough substance in the two main plot lines, and the acting is top-notch to carry the series through. Kudos to the director and the production company to tackle issues of transgender and poly relationships rarely seen in any series from any country. If you're going to watch just one episode, make it episode number 5. That episode is an A+ on its own, could be a short film. The final episode is also well done, with an interesting end to the series. Overall acting is solid, worthwhile to watch. You live by the gun, you die by the gun is a typical expectation from a series or movies that's gang involved. Is this any way different? Seems to be really positive. By far one of the best shows I've ever watched, period. That's high praise from this user. Ending is so good. First of all, I rarely write reviews, but this show deserves it. I enjoyed how they introduced the background story of each character from episode to episode. That's great. That is awesome. Something that shows typically struggle with is background and giving you more information on who the hell the characters are, what their background is, what makes them tick, what makes them who they are. And it's good to see that they spent an episode on each, which is very interesting. Obviously, only 10 episodes. That doesn't give you a lot of room for background. This one literally just says, threesome? Yes. I feel like this show had potential, and I quite like the first 5 episodes, but this does not mean that the show does not have its own flaws. Sometimes it seemed like the trio were on a road trip instead of running away. That's funny. That's funny. That's all the info I needed. Threesomes? Yes. That's funny. It almost seemed more like a road trip movie instead of a road trip show instead of running away. Because Neo seemed too cheery and chill. And Shin was all about meh. And both the villains were at time reckless. Why road trip? Because the story did not really move forward until something tragic happened. Oh. So it kind of stalled in a way. Not only is the cast attractive, I love how that's the first comment. It's got a hot cast. Definitely give it a watch. But the story is very well written, and the music is awesome. I love the fact that this is not one of those sappy BL shows that we have all seen. It is mature and can get dark. That's awesome. And that's what I love about it. While it is refreshing to have shows like BLs, rehashing the same plot limits them, and that in and of itself is a bad thing. I've binged a lot of BL stories in 2020, and for the most part, they all followed the same storyline. This and Cheat were the only ones I watched so far that dared to be different, and boy, did it pay off. That's a great review. That is a wonderful review. Sounds interesting. Obviously, people have different priorities when it comes to shows and what, makes them interested in it. For some, it's just enough that, hey, there's a threesome in here. And for others, it's, hey, the cast is hot. And for others, it's, haven't seen a plot really like this, which is pretty impressive. The next video is... Oh, we're getting to the music now. Sweet. This will be interesting. I have not heard the songs. Let me go ahead and pull up. All right, so Jeff is in Kin Porsche as Kin's youngest brother, Kim. Kim is living away from the mafia life and is a minor celebrity singer. Porsche's brother, idolizes him so much that his choice of college and degree is because it's the same one Wick is doing. These videos are to show you Jeff as an entertainer and help you see why Porsche idolizes Wick so much. Many of the songs have a Thai version and an English version. That's impressive in itself, as he is multilingual. But in the past, the Thai version usually has the music video. Well, let's go ahead and check out these music videos. The first one is... Let's pull this up. First one is called Complicated. Let's make sure I'm not echoing any of the audio like last time. All right. This should be good. Watch me catch an ad immediately. So this one's entitled Complicated.
Can't go? Do this to clear out stuck poop fast. On
Stuck
June 17th
poop.
in 2019.
Oh my God. I get that kind of ad? What the heck? That's what I get for using YouTube. Signed out. That was a big LOL, for sure. Relationship stuck in progress. Oh, damn. I don't know what's going on in this music video, but the lyrics are great.
So complicated.
So obviously trying to move on and can't. Link down below in the description for the original music video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Really good music. It's still going on. What is happening right now? That's really cool how the music continues on as the credits are going. I like that. Wow. So obviously trying to move past a relationship, but they're still on again, off again, maybe? Seems like. It is difficult to move past someone or something, especially if you're not cold-hearted, as he said. But one thing I've always said is that you should never, ever, 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 ever go back. There is no going back. It is not going to end well. There's a reason why it ended. Just be in that. Be in that moment. That was a really good song. Catchy. Lyrics were good. definitely a situation I think we've all somewhat been in. He's an actor, singer-songwriter, and music producer under Wayfair Records, subsidiary of Warner Music Thailand, born in Bangkok, of mixed ancestry. Degree in Business Administration. Wow. First album, entitled Space Shuttle number 8, was released February 2024. Wow, that was recent. Good grief. That's really cool that he can act and also sing. That is incredible. And also come up with music, his own original music. Looks like he got started He, She, It in 2019. He was in a movie coming up or movie this year. Main role too. Wow. He's exploding is what I'm reading into this. As you can see, it went from main, started with main. That's pretty good. Support, guest, support, main. The movie this year, main. Clearly blowing up. The music will definitely help with that. Channel's got what? I think it's like 1.5 million subscribers. Yeah, his music channel is certainly blowing up. That song had 4.8 million views. Love between us seemed easy at the beginning, while bonding was created along the way. But when it comes to an end, we both know what will be of it. But why is it so hard, so complicated? Then we realize. That is the little blurb about the song. That is really something. To be able to act that well and also come up with good music, like that is impressive. That is so impressive. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and jump into the next song, and then we'll read a little bit more about Jeff. The next song is, and the last video of the day, is called Dum Dum, live version. I like the fact that it's live. That should be very interesting. I will say, it doesn't look live. This looks very produced. Maybe the audio portion is live. The fact he's able to sing and songwrite in multiple languages is unbelievable. Because usually it doesn't translate very well. Like your banjo in the background? It sounds kind of like that.
Please just wake up. The cup is yours, girl. I used to cry, but the tears cease dry. You used to be blind, but I see the light. I start to smile, and I don't know why. Please come with me, believe to just enjoy the bleed.
It's got some funk to it. I like it.
You think I need you around. Try every way to bring me down. Look, I'm a little baby girl, like you right now. You think I need you around. Try every way to bring me down. Look, I'm a little baby girl, where you right now.
Holy shit. Dang. Falsetto like crazy. You know, working up to that moment, he's just like, this will be it. This will be the moment people talk about. That was incredible. That was like a perfect rock and roll, like, scream or wail. I was not expecting that at all. Oh my gosh. That was impressive. I've learned my lesson about these music videos to turn away too quickly because you never know. The credits are playing, music's still going on. But yeah, excellent video. Check it out. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original. Wow. Where did that wail come from? That was incredible. That was very, I don't know, like AC/DC's got great like scream wails in it. Certainly Freddie Mercury has that kind of ability as well. Just very good. I could totally listen to that song past this. That was impressive, actually. I know Kevin Bacon has a band. I don't know of many actors that also sing. I mean, Jensen Ackles does. Kevin Bacon's had a band for a long time. Who else? I know others do. I'm trying to remember. Oh, gosh. I know Steve Martin plays the banjo. I swear I heard a banjo in there at some point in the backtracks. It was just like, kind of has that like twang to it that you're just like, what is that? So it's like a rockabilly kind of thing. But that was very good. To infinity and beyond inside Jeff's meteoric rise to fame, as we saw with his credits, has gone from main role to guest starring and now a main role in a movie, like clearly on the rise. With his star on, it did sound like a banjo, didn't it? With the star on the rise, singer-actor Jeff Satur, I think, is reveling in being the master of his universe. That's actually a really cool photo. That is a very interesting photo. I wish I had a photo like that. Jeff cried 2 nights before this interview took place. The 28-year-old Thai singer and actor whose real name I'm not even going to try to butcher, was overcome with emotion on stage during his first solo show in Singapore. I was looking at the crowd, listening to them sing along with me, and I just started tearing up. That would be powerful. That would be so powerful to have fans sing your own lyrics back to you as you're performing. Like, I'm sure that never gets lost on the artist. Maybe they become jaded with fame or whatever, but when they're just starting out, that's got to be incredible. An incredible feeling. It was an incredible feeling to just stand there and hear them sing my songs back to me in Thai. Despite the language barrier, most of his songs are in Thai. His concert live on Saturn, held in February at the Gateway Theater, was sold out. For the uninitiated, Saturn is a play on his last name, so it's probably Jeff Satur. It's amazing to see how music can bring people together, even if we do not speak the same language. That's also an incredible photo. That's so awesome. That would be Instagram worthy for sure. While this was not his first time performing in Singapore, the feeling was somewhat different, he confides. Previously, Satur came here for the world tour of the hit Thai Boys Love series, Kin Porsche the series, where he was a part of the ensemble cast. Though this time, he was the main star on stage. Honestly, I was surprised because I never knew I had so many fans in Singapore. The show was sold out in less than an hour. That's incredible. That is big. With approximately 3 million followers on Instagram, his popularity is at an all-time high, but the flip side of Insta fame is having to deal with criticism and nasty comments, of course. I will say this. Overall, the comments on my content has been really positive, and I love that fact. Maybe it's because I try to be positive in what I'm doing, but I don't know. It just seems like we've really built a positive community, which is awesome. I love that. Self-professed sensitive soul says he chooses to focus on positive and constructive feedback rather than dwelling on the negative ones. He refuses to give haters the satisfaction of his acknowledgement because he doesn't... Wait, I lost my spot. Because he doesn't want to give them power over him. Just don't pay attention to them. They are already below you, and that's why they try to bring you down to their level, he says. For him, staying true to himself and focusing on growth is key to overcoming brickbats about his shortcomings. What is that term? Brickbats. Brickbat. A piece of brick. A remark or comment which is highly critical and typically insulting. Interesting. I have never heard of that before. I'm going to have to introduce that to my vocabulary. Boy, these photos are incredible. It makes sense, right? It's Harper Bazaar. It's an incredibly popular magazine. Do magazines still exist? I'm assuming it's just online, right? Satur's perspective is refreshingly mature for someone who is relatively new to fame. Born and raised in Bangkok, the second of 7 children. Started his career as a model. That makes sense. Appearing in fashion shows and advertising campaigns, his mother has always been his biggest supporter, encouraging him to pursue his passions. She never gave up on me, even when things got tough. Started singing in 2013. He's released covers and self-penned songs as an independent artist. Began acting in 2019. Obviously, it was his role as Kim in Kin Porsche that brought him international recognition. Why Don't You Stay, which is featured on the drama's soundtrack, viewed more than 38 million times on YouTube since it premiered in May 2022. Charming, down to earth, with a disarming smile and an easygoing manner. First instrument, acoustic guitar at the age of 9. Wanted to learn an instrument that could play any song on earth, and I was inspired by seeing rock bands perform, and I thought it would be cool if I could play that kind of music too. Later went on to learn other instruments such as drums, electric guitar, and piano, before finally taking up formal singing lessons. That's incredible, the fact that you can rock all those instruments. Huge... What did I say? What did I say? A huge fan of what? AC/DC growing up. Did I not call that? That was unbelievable. I swear I did not read this article prior to now. That is hilarious that I said AC/DC. Their music led me to want to do music. When asked to describe what sets him apart from other artists, he pauses to consider the question. Quote, I've tried but it's hard for me to categorize my music. I think just being myself is what makes my music different. Everything that made me into what I am is unique to me, and when I produce a song, it's 100% me. That's pretty impressive. The fact that he's able to do his own music and produce it himself, really, and just put his stamp, his personality on it. So much music today is very, oh gosh, what's a word for it? Cookie cutter, you know? It's very produced by, you know, certain massive labels, and it all kind of sounds the same. I don't know. What is music style nowadays? I've really lost track with it after like the 2010s. After the 2010s, I have no idea what music is. Like we had grunge in the 90s. We had, you know, anthems in like the 2010s, like big club hits. Pitbull was huge, still is huge, but became like really huge. Early 2000s, it was like R&B, love songs. I think of like Ja Rule. I think of LL Cool J, Aaliyah, that kind of stuff. Music nowadays, I don't know what it is. I don't hear a lot of rock music in the popular top 40. So the fact that Jeff is really trying to make that stick and make a comeback with it, if you will. I know it exists. It's just very rarely in the top 40, if anything. But I am hoping for a comeback of rock music or something different. It seems like rap is just always dominating the charts now, which is too bad, honestly. I wish it was a bit more varied. But that is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video selection. I would just make it randomly. You know, obviously members of ToddReacts.com select the videos, but when I'm creating these streams, I just kind of pick randomly at, you know, what I think would be an interesting mix. I'm still mad I missed the MHA video. It will be on YouTube, I promise. The whole VOD will be on YouTube. If you want to request your own, ToddReacts.com is the way to do it. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not already, which most of you, the majority of you, have not. 74% in April not subscribed. So go ahead and subscribe. It's free, totally free, and it's really great. You don't have to rely on the algorithm. You get like a feed of all the people you subscribe to. So if you're big into content creators and you want to support them, it's a totally free way to do it, and you won't miss a video. Follow the Twitch channel if you'd like, twitch.tv/ToddReacts. I am currently live on Twitch. I will be live streaming both on YouTube and Twitch going forward as soon as I catch up on video requests, which I am rapidly coming up on, by the way. Join the Discord. It is now public and free. Join us. I think at this point there's over 50 people strong, which is cool. And you will have direct access to not only myself, but other people who are interested in the same stuff you are, which is very cool. Check out the merch. Winter collection is ending in about 18 days. Summer collection will be launched after that. Ships worldwide. Website members save 15% on every order. If you become a member on YouTube, you save 5%? 10%? I can't remember off the top of my head. But go ahead and check that out as well. I shall see you all tomorrow. It is good to be back. I'm happy to be back. And thankfully, the content will continue. Go ahead and check out the Todd Reacts Plays channel for all video game content. You can hang out. It's very much relaxed and chill, as opposed to these, which are a bit more high pressure. You know, I'm looking forward to continuing Life is Strange. It is a very strange video game, but it's been interesting. And I've basically been playing it as myself. So we can talk through the decisions. Maybe you disagree with the decision I make in the game. That's always interesting. But yeah, I shall see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, morning, whenever you're watching this. Take it easy, Will. Luke, thanks for joining. Ellie as well. I shall see you all later. Take care.